Hello, we're Catfish and the Bottlemen, and you're watching AMBY.
Hey everyone, it's Alicia from AMBY, and I'd like to welcome you to an interview with Catfish and the Bottlemen, one of our AMBY favorites. How are you guys doing?
Very well.
Very
Tired,
good.
A little tired because this is actually the last day of the tour now. So we've been here for, well, not in Canada. This is our second Canadian day, but we've been over for 5 weeks now, playing every night. So it's bodies are sort of winding down, but excited for tonight nonetheless.
Well, one thing I want to bring up and kind of get out of the way, because it's pretty exciting, is I know that a newer record is in the works, or is it finished at the moment? What's going on there?
It's still in the works, but it's everything's written in that sense. So it's finished. We've started recording in August in LA, and actually tomorrow, Van and myself go back to record some more guitars and things like that, and then hopefully it should be done. So it's getting there.
Nice. One thing I read before is how you guys were a little bit apprehensive of putting newer material into set lists. And I know that set lists from the last time you were here, it's pretty much similar to the last time you played Toronto. So I was wondering, are you going to be road testing some of these newer tracks, or when can they maybe see the light of day live?
Yeah, I think our set this tour has been exactly the same as like the last 3 tours, but we're planning on playing, I think, one new song
So you'll be
on the
road testing
UK tour. So next week, really, it will probably be up on YouTube on shoddy iPhone quality, but you know, it'll be out there at least.
It's the sound we were going for.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Whereas you're now touring North America, as you mentioned, Toronto is the last date of this tour. Are you enjoying your time on the road? How's that been treating you?
It's been a great tour. It really feels like things are picking up for us now over here, and like it's been mad. Like people outside now, you know, just waiting. I don't know what time they've been here for, but the fans have been amazing. All the gigs have been good. It's just been.
Been a few like real standout gigs as well. Like Kansas City and Chicago are both usually good towns, because they seem like, in terms of attendance and just sort of the reaction from the crowd, they seem a lot closer to the crowds we get in England, and they were pretty mad this time around. It's been very good.
Has there been a massive difference that you noticed from the last time you played North America to this time? Would it be the fact that the crowds maybe are more intimate like the UK ones?
I think the difference is probably the more you come around, obviously the more familiar people are with the tracks and things like that, or the more time people have had to live with the album and learn it inside out. So, you know, it's out where it is in the UK, where people can sing all the words to all the album tracks back and things like that. There's sort of no lull in the set, so it's just sort of 50 minutes, an hour of just complete madness.
Yeah, the first few times we were over here, it felt like we're still winning people over, because it was like people's first time seeing us. But there's some people who've been like to 13 shows now. They've been at nearly everyone on this tour and stuff. So it's been really, you know,
Must
it's a
feel
bit
pretty good.
mad. Yeah, it's good
The
though.
awesome thing about touring is that you get to actually know your friends a lot better than you would have, because you're in close corners pretty much 24/7. So is there anything that you can share with our viewers about one another that you've learned from touring with one another, whether it's something that's kind of quirky or a little odd or even annoying?
Bondi's good at penalties on FIFA, which I found out this morning the hard way.
I guess you were playing him?
Yeah, I was fuming.
Ben's we call him the final boss because he's usually unbeatable, but I've got a pretty unorthodox style of playing FIFA because I'm rubbish. I'm just really unpredictable.
I can't cope. Drives me mad.
The only other thing as well, which has been going on since August, is that Larry thinks he's being tormented by the ghost of Jim Morrison.
Okay, when did that start?
During recording in August, we
At Sunset Sound.
Sunset Sound's the studio there, which is supposedly haunted, which we found out through Ryan Adams, who has a studio above it, and he says he's heard voices and things at night time, and Larry took this really to heart, and I don't think there was any mention of Jim Morrison in particular from him, but the Doors recorded there, and Larry really got it in his head, like genuinely, not in a joking way, that the ghost of Jim Morrison's tormenting him, and that's sort of been a running theme from there on.
Do you guys whisper like Doors lyrics behind him, or when he's sleeping?
I
pull
try not
pranks
to
on him?
joke about it because I think it's affecting him. I think he really believes it.
Yeah.
So I'm not messing around with it in case he freaks out. So.
Something I've noticed, I'm not sure if it's for all shows or just certain ones that I've seen, but you come out to Helter Skelter by the Beatles. Would that happen to be for all shows or just specific cities?
That's just on this tour. We've brought that in, and we haven't actually started it in the UK yet. So going back it'll be the first time we do it there. Paul McCartney's actually in town tonight, isn't
Yep, it's fine.
he? We're going to do our best we possibly can because it's a late show time tonight to go and
Just
try and watch
bowls
him.
it over.
We missed him. We played in Columbus the other night, and he was on, but he was on after us. So we played, raced over town to meet him, and just missed him by like, I don't know how long.
We could hear him because they were playing him from the speakers outside the venue, and we couldn't get in, and it was just torture. Just
And
being
then
hearing him play it.
His bus just left, and we were like, "Ugh, God." We just wanted to be in the
So
same room as a
close.
Beatle. Like that would have
Yeah.
been enough, even 10 minutes of the gig. But I think we're going to try and do that tonight.
So out of all Beatles songs in their catalog, why did you decide to come out to Helter Skelter?
It's fierce, isn't it? Because it's actually a sort of just an a cappella version of it until it kicks in. So out of nowhere, out of sort of pitch black, it's just him screaming the verse lyrics, and then the sort of lights fade in with it, and then there's a big kick in where all the music comes in, and you can. Some cities you hear people singing along or like singing the parts of the music. Other cities I think people are just like, what the hell is this? I have no idea who it is
They just
or who the Beatles
yeah,
are.
they just scream because there's noise and lights. So
They know you guys are coming on, so it's probably either way they're
it could be anything.
attracted to it. Well, there's a song off of Balcony, your debut record, that is called Homesick. So I don't want to bum you guys out by asking what you miss about home, but I was wondering, just to flip it around, what's your favorite part about actually being on the road?
I mean, playing the gigs is the prime one, but like Ben was saying, there's people who've been to see us 13 times on this over the last couple of tours and things. It's sort of building familiarity with the people who are so into the band, you know, because we try and go out every single night and spend as long as we can chatting to people. So that's a good part of it. I mean, in terms of actually seeing towns and things, Bob does a lot of that, the drummer, who I think is actually out running at the minute. He goes sightseeing and things like that, whereas we scarcely leave the room that we first go in when we get to the venue. We just sit and listen to music,
It's
really.
bus to venue, gig to bus, and that's about it. But it's not a bad thing.
Does that just come down to wanting some downtime to yourselves, or because you're in the bus so often, or?
We
Dunno.
just like sitting around listening to music. It's literally all we do all day, every day. I'm quite content doing it. Just play each other music and then go and play music, get back on the bus, listen to more music.
You can have it.
What temperature is it down? Yeah, so just playing, and then second, meeting people who we've met before and making new friends.
You mentioned meeting people there, and I know, as you mentioned beforehand, there's a big line outside for you already. Some people tried to sleep overnight to see the show, but they got kicked out because they
Really?
didn't want them here.
Mad.
Like
So obviously you have
vagrants.
a very dedicated fan base. So I was curious, as far as most memorable fan encounters go, what's one that comes to mind?
I always remember the girl in the panda outfit. I don't even know if she's a fan.
Amanda the Panda.
Yeah. I don't know if she's a fan. She was just at this show. But like, what was it?
It's in Texas, of all
Yeah.
places to be wearing a panda costume.
Apparently she wears it all the time.
Yeah, I've seen her in other bands, videos and things like
Documentaries.
that. So I think it's just a thing she does.
I don't think I actually spoke to her or anything. I just remember seeing a woman in a panda outfit in Texas.
The fans in Japan are really efficient, so it sort of like boggles you a lot of the time where they find out where you're staying when you usually don't even know where you're staying yet, and then they'll wait in the lobby. They'll beat you to your own gig, even though you leave before them, play, and then you leave first, and they're somehow
somehow
back
back.
at the hotel.
It's frightening.
Dedication.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's mad. I don't know how they do it, to be honest.
Well, just to wrap everything up today, I wanted to ask you, for all of your fans who'll be viewing our interview, is there anything you'd like to say to them all?
To who? The fans?
Yes.
Thank you
Yeah, thank you.
very, very much for the dedication that they've shown over this tour in particular, because there's people. There's one girl I spoke to in New York who said she hadn't slept for 48 hours from traveling and things like that. And I mean, aside from the money it must cost to be able to do that, because people skip school or skip work, and it's the effort and the stamina they have to sit outside. And I mean, it's not warm by any means outside today, and people will be sat there for like 10 hours. So just a big thank you for being so dedicated.
Awesome, and just a big thanks to you guys for your time today, because it's always such a pleasure catching up.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
It's
much.
been amazing to see where you guys have gone since that debut, and we've been following you ever since, so
Thank you very
awesome,
much.
congrats.
Great blog.
Thank you. And for everyone viewing, remember you can visit us at amusicblogger.com for exclusive interviews, features, videos, and a bunch of more awesome stuff with your favorite bands. See you next time.